Good evening, everybody. It's Mike, KD2KOG, part of the technical support staff here at SDRplay.com. Let's talk about MultiPSK. MultiPSK is a multi-mode decoder. It is a paid-for app. It does have modes that you can use that do not time out. Now, what I mean by time out is some of the professional modes that it decodes will only allow you to run that decoder for 5 minutes or maybe 5 to 7 minutes, and then it's going to stop decoding. And a lot of people are, I guess, turned off by the GUI, the interface. And I personally find it to be one of the best decoders out there and well worth the money that it costs. That's just my opinion. Let's launch MultiPSK. I just installed it again. I haven't used this app in quite some time, and I'm going to go over the steps necessary to configure this. Mine has the key already in place. So when you install MultiPSK, you're definitely going to want to install it in the default location, which would be the C drive, and it's going to have a folder called MultiPSK. Don't change that. Leave that exactly the way it is. First thing you're going to want to do is select the language, which is English. The translation file, leave that at default. Help and license, we can leave that be. PC, we'll leave it at 450 megahertz. Options for serial port, we'll leave it at, I would say put that at neither, because we're not doing rig control. This can do transmit receive with a rig like FLDigi, but we're just going to use this strictly for decoding using SDRuno and virtual audio cable. So we'll leave that at neither. Actually, no, let's unselect that. Common activates RTS and DTR. That can stay. COM ports none. Serial for GPS, we'll leave that at none. For KISS, none. Sound card input, select virtual audio cable. For output, you can select your main sound card. Mine is the Steinberg UR22MK2. We'll leave that. Auxiliary, that's not important. The secondary auxiliary, that's also not important. Mixer, we can leave at default. Sequence, leave that alone. Fonts, if you want to change that, you can, but we'll get into the fonts and colors later on in this video. Now, keep in mind, like I said with all these videos, I do them in one take. If I make a mistake, my apology, but I'm not into jump cuts and editing, and some of these videos are a little bit draggy, but I just want to give you the meat and potatoes of what we need to do to get this up and running. All right, logbook, we'll leave alone. Leave that. Actions. What I used to have this do. Action was the RxTX screen. That's what we want to happen when we launch it. Okay, so that's good. Let's go back into the configuration. And in here we want to select, there is an option where it goes straight to the RxTX screen, which is what we want. And just bear with me, I just need to find it. And let's see if it does that. No more demand, we can uncheck that. And let's relaunch MultiPSK and see if that goes right to the RxTX screen. No, it did not. Okay, it's right here. That's what we want. And let's just make sure all the options stuck. Save our defaults, which would be here. Save parameters. Okay, this is my old address. That's fine. And RxTX screen. Okay. We want to change the bandwidth here to 4.3. You can select 3.3 or 2.5, but that's just filter widths that you'll be able to, basically the passband. So select 4.3, and there should be an option to make this bigger. That should be, where is it? Okay, high, right over there. Background colors. This is going to default to white. I like to make it black with either green or orange letters. So let's click fonts. RxTX font. We're going to make that orange. Or we can do green. Green is fine. And let's increase the font size to 12. Don't change the default font. Leave the default font alone. Just change the size. TX character color, RX background color. That's what we want to change to black. And close. Okay, this is already starting to decode, so this is due to the squelch. So raise the squelch just a hair. You'll see squelch come on, and then we'll stop getting random characters. Hit clear over here, and double. We don't need double enabled. Let's launch SDRuno. Now, I didn't prepare for this video or anything. I just figured let's just get MultiPSK out of the way. These are the amateur modes. This is where you select the mode that you want to decode. Now, if you're not familiar with the sounds, you want to go to the website called Signal, I think it's SignalWIKI, and that will give you a, let's see if we can pull it up. And let's go to SignalWIKI. What this site's going to do is going to give you all the waterfall, the spectrum plots of what each signal is going to be. So if we're looking for, let's say, WIFAX, which is a weather fax transmitter, let's go to HF. Let's scroll all the way down to W. And let's find WIFAX, which is right here. And this is what it's going to look like in the spectrum, and you can actually play a sample of it. And you can click it, and that's what it's going to look like in the waterfall. Almost all the signals that you're going to decode on HF are upper sideband. So let's launch SDRuno. I don't know what's on the band right now, to be honest, but let's try it anyway. So as I was saying, these are the modes. You select the mode of what you want to decode. So if you're doing WIFAX, it would be fax. And then the options are here for what you're decoding. And a lot of people look at this GUI and they're like, I don't like this one bit. Stick with this app. Trust me, it's really, really, really good. All right, let's see what's going on out there. Let's get our workspace back and see if we can find anything. So we're going to go to settings. We're going to output to our virtual audio cable. Now here's another thing with virtual audio cable. You're not going to hear the demodulated audio over virtual audio cable. So we're going to have to change the settings. So let me click play. We're not hearing anything, so I'm going to go into my control panel. I'm going to go to sound. I'm going to go to, I think it's recording. And it shouldn't be microphone. Well, that's recording this now. So let's just go to the virtual audio cable. Advance. Is it under advance? No, it's under recording. Recording virtual audio cable. Listen to this device and pipe that to your primary sound card. Okay. And let's mute that. All right, let's try to find some signals. Stand by, guys. Let me see what I can find. Maybe we can find a WIFAX signal and we'll decode it. Okay, that's a RTTY station, but that is encrypted RTTY, and it's extremely wide. So that's something, MultiPSK will decode RTTY. RTTY is over here in the different baud rates and widths, but we're definitely not going to be able to decode that because that's encrypted. So let's see if I can find, let's just try a CW station. See if there's anybody transmitting. Well, that's FT8. Not much going on. This is not looking good. All right, let's see. There should be some fax stations going on. All right, well, let's continue with MultiPSK regardless of lack of signals. Okay, so like I was saying, you can select the mode here, and when you select the mode, you are going to have options for that mode right over here. So basically what you're looking for on HF is you can decode, there's AL stations out there, there's fax stations, slow scan TV from the amateur radio broadcast, well not broadcast, from the amateur radio operators that are transmitting in slow scan. Let's see, what else have I decoded with MultiPSK? There is some RTTY, there's Navtex, there's the SITOR A and B. POXAG is mostly for pagers. ACARS is being used for aircraft reporting, which is in the upper band. I think that's like in the 132 to 136 megahertz range area. DGPS, actually, yes, we can do DGPS. Bear with me. Let me see if I can pull that up. All right, let's minimize this. Let's relaunch Uno. I forgot all about those. Those are, how can I explain it? Those are ground stations that are synchronizing to the GPS satellites. And well, let's see if we can actually Google it, because I'm not explaining it well. So DGPS right here is essentially a system to provide positional correction to GPS signals. All right, good enough. Let's find them. They're in the 275 to 305 range. So let's get down there. Right about there. And when you're down this low, if you're in an area with medium wave broadcast stations like I am, you're going to definitely want to enable the medium wave notch, and I'll show you. You see all that? So let's enable the notch. Let's give it a RF gain. Let's give that a little wiggle. And right there is a DGPS signal. And let's see if I can put us right on it. Actually, I said 275. Okay, there's one. And let's decode it. And let's make sure that the audio is piped out correctly. We'll unmute. And just give it a moment. And there we go. Let's see where this is coming from. Cape Canaveral, Florida. And let's fix this here with the color. I usually leave that at about 20. Let's see if we can find another one. Let's fix this a little bit. And let's go up and down. Up and down the band. Let's see if we can find another one. Okay, there's another one. Now, this is like using SDRuno. When you see the signal, click on it, and then it will start decoding. Now let's make this a little bit bigger, and we'll see where this station is transmitting from. And you can click the clear button down here, and it will clear what it previously decoded. Now let's see, that should be, let's detect abroad. It detected at 100, so it's at 100. I don't know why it's not decoding, but let's go to this one over here. And we'll narrow it up a little. It is strange. Oh, there it goes. All right, where's this one coming from? Tampa, Florida. Let's go back to the other one, see where that one's coming from. Also from Florida. Let's see if we can find a DX one. Because this is this is low band. So let's see. Let's zoom in a bit. Not sure if that's one. Well, let's check it out. Yep, that's one also. I think we tried that one earlier. Because we have it on automatic. Remember, like I said, the modes are here, and the options for that mode are over here. So, let's see, where's this? Okay, that was Cape Canaveral. Is this one another one? Yeah, that's another one also. Now, let's see. Let's clear this out. That might be noise. that's noise. It's too low. Yeah, we'll try another mode. Let's try HFDL, which is almost like ACARS, but it's messages, it's aircraft messages over HF with positioning. So let's try to find one of those. There should be one in the 6 megahertz range, if I remember correctly. Let's zoom out a bit. And that one almost looks like, how can I explain it? It's almost like it's got a very distinct characteristic in the waterfall. When you see it once, you'll remember it. I just need to find one. Let's see if we find any in the 8 megahertz area. Let's see what that is. That's the Woody station. So basically what we're doing is we're trying to find an HFDL transmission, and as soon as I find it, we'll try to decode it. Let's see what frequency those HFDL transmissions are on. HFDL. Let's take a look over here. Unbelievable, I can't even find the HFDL frequencies. Okay, that's definitely HFDL, I can see it. Let me just wait for it to transmit again, and then I'll put us on it. And my apologies for the draggy video. Okay. That's HFDL. Now let's see if we can decode it. So we have to find HFDL, which is here. There's a map, we'll fix that later. And let's see. There it goes. Okay, so we can do display RX positions, and we want to enable all these options and HFDL frequencies. There's a frequency list, and it's just going to come in with data. This is coming from Riverhead, New York, and sometimes you'll see actual messages from the pilots in here. You'll see bird warnings, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to wrap up this video. I didn't think it was going to be a 20-minute video, but I hope I hope this one helped you guys a little bit. And my apologies for the length of this video. Let's shut this down. But all in all, like I said, try to stick with HFDL. It's a really good program. I personally use this all the time, and like I said, it's the modes here, and the mode options are here. It's a lot to digest, just like SDRuno is, but you know, if you stick with it, it's going to pay off in the long run. And I'm going to cover a lot of these modes here because a lot of this stuff is for UHF, VHF, and a lot of this stuff is for HF. So we'll bounce around MultiPSK a lot. And if you don't buy it, that's not a problem. If it times out, close it down and launch it again. But like I said, I just want to help you guys with using SDRuno and decoding stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Apologies again, 20 minutes. Woof, that's a long one. See you in the next video, guys. 7-3.